This song from the movie Caravan, which is "Dekho ye main kahan aa gayi," which I thought lyrics also are like really funny for that moment to be on the red carpet because it's like, what the hell are we doing?
Where are we? What is happening?
Yeah, it was actually a weird story because first they had us in the other section, uncertain regard.
Acha.
The city is spitting you out as easily as it accepts you. And you know, they say, oh, this is the spirit of Mumbai, but it's the spirit, but it's not always a good life. Hi, this is Payal Kapadia at Cannes with Sucharita.
For my final interview of the season, I have got hold of Payal Kapadia. Hi.
Hello.
Congratulations on the premiere, Payal.
Thank you.
It was a vibe yesterday. I have to tell you, I got there. I think I was the first person to walk on that red carpet and quickly go get my seat because I was just so excited. But when you and your cast got off that car and Chaya started dancing and then Divya started dancing and then
best.
everyone was just dancing. Was that planned or just
No.
Chaya just led the way?
That was not planned, but actually in our unit, we love to dance. Yesterday, I wasn't dancing because I was really nervous. But normally, I love to dance.
Huh.
And in the shooting also, like whenever we had the opportunity, we were dancing. Not just us, like the production designers, everybody is really likes to be happy. So it was like kind of impromptu. And I think it was nice.
I know. There are photos and videos on Twitter all over today and I was like, लोग रेड कार्पेट पे चल के आते हैं हमारे वाले नाच के आए हैं क्या नाच के पहुंचे सारे के सारे अंदर.
And then we had a particular song which is in the film, which is this song from the movie Caravan, which is "Dekho ye main kahan aa gayi," which I thought lyrics also are like really funny for that moment to be on the red carpet because it's like, what the hell are we doing?
Where are we? What is happening?
Yeah, so I thought it worked well, like for whoever got it.
Amazing. I think I burst into tears involuntary before the movie even started. First, to see the pure joy of everybody sort of dancing in from the car to the steps. But secondly, when Thierry Frémaux, if I'm saying his name properly,
I have no idea.
announced your name on the mic, and it was like an elephant's walk on the carpet of walking with like you own this space. It was a real moment. Do you have any memories from it last night, or is it all blank at this point?
A little bit blank because I was so nervous before going there. But actually, like with having the crew there, like a lot of people came from India, from our team.
Yeah.
And that just felt nice because our unit was like quite a family and, we worked together for many, many days. So because they were there, it just felt a bit, better.
Yes. Now, let's talk about the reception the film has received. All we imagine is light. Already, congratulations, you've been picked up with North America distribution.
Yeah, it's really nice.
It is great. But since the premiere last night, there's buzz about being the top contender for Palme d'Or and everything. Have you seen any of that buzz or you're trying to stay away from it?
I'm trying to stay away from it because for us, like, the fact that the film was in competition was really like a lot already. So I'm like, okay, I'm really happy because we got really like the Cannes is a weird place and
Indeed.
it's I really don't understand fully how it works. But I think the film got a lot of attention that it wouldn't have got otherwise. So for that, I'm really grateful.
Do you remember the moment when you found out? Because I've been asking your cast also, and they were like, yeah, Payal did one Zoom call and she told us over Zoom call and we were like, okay. And she's like, you guys are not excited? But do you remember where you were, what you were doing?
Yeah. Oh, it was actually a weird story because first they had us in the other section, uncertain regard.
Acha.
So that we knew 1 week before. So we were like, very nice. Uncertain regard is a great section.
Of course.
And that's what I was thinking, that what would be my best case scenario would be uncertain regard. So I was already really happy. फिर जब ये अनाउंसमेंट होने वाली थी उसके एक रात पहले एक ईमेल आया और उसमें लिखा था कि वी आर अपग्रेडिंग यू. तो आई वाज लाइक अरे ये क्या
एरोप्लेन.
हाँ, मतलब आए थे इकोनॉमी आज चले गए बिजनेस क्लास में.
Then how does that happen?
I don't know.
So you didn't ask कि why guys? I mean, thank you, but why?
नहीं, मतलब I talked to some people who are used to this system and they were like a lot of things go into making a program. So, they might have had, they must be waiting for some films or like deciding, because programming is not just about like whatever film they like. It's about things work together well, or, like there's some thought process. I don't know what their thought process is.
But हम फिल्में बनाते हैं, हमें नहीं पता.
पता नहीं, तो फिर वो कुछ होगा उनका कि उस समय लगा होगा कि अरे इसमें अच्छा जाएगा तो डालते हैं.
But नहीं बहुत अच्छा गया डाल दिया अब बहुत बढ़िया हो गया अगर but it's you still have a lot more screenings yet to happen. Today there's like 2 or 3 screenings. People are still watching. Are you getting feedback from people or have you completely insulated yourself from hearing anything about All We Imagine Is Light?
No, I was happy to read the reviews. I cannot deny that because they're not the writers that I like, and I've always read their reviews. So I was like, okay, that's nice. Like I always used to read the Guardian review, and I was like,
Guardian review.
हाँ मतलब मेरी फिल्म देखी.
बहुत बड़ी बात है. People are really loving your cast, and myself included. I've been a fan of Kani Kusruti's work for a long time.
Yeah, she's amazing.
She just was incredible in the
Wonderful.
Sundance movie also, Girls Will Be Girls. That was also incidentally playing here.
Yes,
Chaya Kadam is here with 2 films.
yes.
That is an incredible achievement. So मतलब not just the fact कि पाम डे और में आपकी फिल्म है, but आपके 2 actors ऐसे हैं जिनकी 2 फिल्में इस वक्त कैन में प्ले हो रही हैं.
It's cool. It's really great.
Talk to me about putting this cast together.
So it took some time because I wanted to work with people who were willing to give me time because I don't speak Malayalam. The film is quite a lot in Malayalam. I had an associate director, Robin Joy, who also did the dialogues. And we worked together for 2 years working on the film and preparing this. So, but still, you know, like if you don't know the language, it's very difficult to know what you are going to direct.
Absolutely.
So when I wanted people to work with, who would be willing to give me more time so that I can try out a lot of things and understand how I should work with this language. So although I think that in the Malayalam film industry, there are really, really good actors at the moment.
For sure.
I mean, we are spoiled for choice. Like there's so good people. But I wanted to work with them because they were immediately took to the script and were really open to giving me a lot of time and understanding that I don't speak and were kind of gotten very collaborative into it. So they would like, we would do a lot of workshops और फिर 1 महीने workshop किया और उसमें भी they would like say that नहीं इस line को ऐसे बोल सकते हैं इसका ऐसे change कर सकते हैं ये character ऐसे बोलेगी
So
नहीं.
very involved in
Like it is like co-authorship I would say.
Wow.
And actually even Chaya ji, like a lot of the lines in the film that Parvati says, like Ekta Jeev Sadashiv, she came up with all that herself because she's such a good
vibe, yaar.
Yeah.
Vibe.
So she came up with all that, and it's just when you meet people who are so committed to their work and also to a project, like I just feel like, wow, it's so nice. Because I was like, I used to really look up to her. I'd seen her in so many films. At first seen her in Fandry, and you know, I was like,
Chaya ji is also having a moment right now.
Yeah.
She's here with 2 films and she was just at Toronto with Lapata Ladies. Kiran Rao's film was just there. Like she's like, you're doing the biggest film festivals in the world, Chaya Kadam.
Yeah, she's great. She's great. And so I was first really nervous that, you know, she won't want to do this.
Really?
But then she also comes from the area which the protagonist is from, which is Konkan. So I think she really took to the character and she added her own masala to this character.
Masaledar to she is. You know, she told me in my interview that when she read the script, she was like, Parvati to मैं करूँगी.
हाँ.
और कोई नहीं कर सकता है इसको, सिर्फ मैं करूँगी.
हाँ.
And क्या किया है? मैं एक चीज आपसे पूछना ही भूल गई because मैंने film देख ली है, so I'm feeling like I know everything about the film. But what is All We Imagine Is Light about for the people who are probably not going to get to watch it anytime soon?
So it's about many things, but for me, primarily, it's about friendship. And it's about like, you know, sometimes when we move away from our families or the place that we grew up and we have to move to a different city, our friends become our family.
Right.
But friendship is a kind of a relationship that has no definition because it's not like brother, sister, you know, it's not, it's what you and your friend want it to be.
And it's customized to each relationship.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And I think that I have, as I grow older, I'm relying more and more on my friends. And I wanted to make a film about like friendship as a new way of thinking about family, because sometimes I think family can bind you also in a way, and and friendships perhaps can free you from those binds. And I wanted to make a film that was trying to be inclusive of different kinds of people. And hopefully, like, friendship is one relationship that can have this quality.
One last question. Talk to me about your decision of basing this story in Mumbai. Mumbai is such an important part of this setting. There's all this, the rains and the shanties and the
Yeah.
small apartments.
Yeah.
And then going outside the Mumbai and suddenly being able to breathe.
Yeah.
You're in the village, you're on the beach, and suddenly your characters are breathing and you're breathing with them. So talk to me about setting this in Bombay.
So I was born in Mumbai, but I didn't always grow up there. I would leave the city a lot and come back. And when you go and come back, you always see the change in a place.
Indeed.
So for me, I was very interested in like seeing the city in a state of flux always. And literally, like the shape of the map is changing right now.
Yeah.
So it's a city that's always on this change, and people coming and going, and the city spitting you out as easily as it accepts you. And they say, oh, this is the spirit of Mumbai, but it's the spirit, but it's not always a good life.
Yeah.
And if you have the money, then it can be nice, good life. But otherwise, it's like every day is really hard.
Yeah.
So these were the contradictions about the city that I wanted to talk about, because it's a city that I know most from other cities. And I was interested, like, because if you think about Mumbai, you think that a lot of women come there to work, and it's a little bit more easier for women to work than compared to
Absolutely.
some other parts of the country.
Yeah.
But still, it is really expensive. It's really hard to get a place to stay, which is not very far away. Every day you have to come by train. And so I really like this contradiction of the city. I mean, I really want to talk about it. I don't like it at all, but it's what I wanted to explore. Yeah. It was something that was bothering me.
Yeah.
And I think we just end up making films about things that are around us. So this was Mumbai. But the other place that is in the film is Ratnagiri, which is in the Konkan. And in the 20th century, a lot of people came from Ratnagiri to work in Mumbai in the mills.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a migration of labor from there. A lot of men came to work. And then when the mill strikes took place in the 80s, after that, a lot of the mills shut down, and there were a lot of people who lost their jobs.
Right.
And had to go back to Ratnagiri.
Right.
So this housing issue was something that I had seen growing up in the area of Lower Parel and Dadar, where a lot of mills used to be there, and the workers used to have houses there.
Around
It's
the
all,
mills. Yeah.
But when the mills shut down, there was actually a court order that should have given them legitimate places to live. But that didn't happen, and that has been made into malls and these
High rises
where it's difficult to enter also without having the right.
Various security tags.
Yeah. So for me, this kind of gentrification of the area was something that I wanted to talk about through the character of Parvati. And even though she's lived there for 22 years, she doesn't have the kagas to prove, which I think is the problem in our country of a lot of people.
Yes.
And if you don't have the papers, it's as if you don't exist, because that's what she says in the film.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, this was something that has been in my mind for a long time. And that's why I wanted Ratnagiri in Mumbai, because there is a kind of linkage between the two places. In fact, there's a train that goes directly from the center of Ratnagiri, landing in Dadar.
Amazing.
So, we took that train to go to shoot. So I don't know, there was like an old connection for me that told a kind of history of the city in a way that perhaps only people from there would understand.
Absolutely.
But still, I needed to do it.
You realized it beautifully on screen with your characters, with the writing, with the setting and everything. And I mean, I'm going to wait for people to watch the film and talk about it in detail.
Thank you.
But for those who have access to Criterion, please go and watch A Night of Knowing Nothing. It's an incredible, incredible work of art. Thank you so much for talking to me today, Payal, and congratulations. And I have my fingers crossed for you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Payal.
Wow, you were really good.